about 5 more minutes before we get started tonight. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we will be doing numerology. I will be covering all the whole chart with you tonight. And I'm gonna do my name and I'm gonna teach you how to do your name. So that's gonna be one of the things we're gonna do tonight. Um, I'm gonna get through as much of it as I can and explain to you as much as I can. What I would recommend right now, if you're interested in learning, go get some paper because you probably don't have a chart, so you're gonna have to kind of just follow along and do as I do on the chart. So get some paper and pencil, and we're going to talk about numerology tonight. And it's going to be a really cool class. And this will be on my YouTube, so you will be able to go back and, you know, and, you know, you can watch it again and learn more. So I do recommend that the sheets that I have, I print out some for people and I go to the printer, but I think you might be, I'm not sure if you could find the sheet online. So if you can just after the class is over, I would freeze a frame and go from there. So I'm about to start TikTok in a moment, but I'm gonna wait till 8 o'clock and then I'll start TikTok. It's my little camera up here that's gonna be taking, people at TikTok can see the camera that's gonna be taking pictures of the numerology pad. So it's gonna be really cool. So everybody's gonna get to learn a little bit about numerology tonight. We'll be going live in about 4 minutes. Go use the bathroom. Get a pen. Pencil actually would be better, so in case you got to erase. I'm going to go get something. Okay, I'm back. And let me do this. I want to open up this. I want to take this out. And that out. So if you're joining me, stick with me. I'm getting everything ready for the numerology class tonight. Okay. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be going live in 1 minute. All right. Maggie's going to have to cut some of this one out. I'll be sounding early so I can get people to check in a little bit early. I'm ready to go post. So I'm going to go live on TikTok. Go live. Well, hello there, TikTok. We're going to be going live in just a moment. I am live with you guys, but I'm about to go live on my podcast. That's live on Facebook and YouTube right now. On the Book of Face. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say Facebook. The Book of Face and the Tube of You. I'll get it right someday. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Tina. So, you've been playing with your books? Good. Hey, Stacy's made it, so people are logging in. That's great. So, in just 1 minute, we'll get started. Daria, are you in here yet? If you are, please log in. For some reason, it's not registering who's here. Hey, Zeta. Tonight is numerology night. And Jamie's here. Good. Everybody's piling on in. Great, great. Daria, are you here yet? Well, it's not time yet. Well, it is now. So, hello. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I am your host, Sid Patrick. And tonight we're going to talk. It's my little camera for when I go down. Tonight we're going to do numerology. I'm actually going to teach you the entire chart, how to put it together. It is going to be a little confusing because the camera's going to take, I'm not sure how that's going to look on the camera, but I'm hoping that you guys, I know you'll be able to see it, but I hope you can see the layout. What I do recommend is that come back after the podcast and take a picture of the chart, and you might be able to find, hey, Shannon, you might, and Cindy and Joe, you might be able to find the chart itself, a blank chart, and make copies of it. When you take the class, I do send you a packet with like copies of the chart and all those things. So tonight I'm going to really break down how to create a numerology chart, the whole thing. So be prepared, and you're going to do your name. Okay, so your name, your birth date, you're going to make your chart. And so we're going to talk about that. But while I'm waiting for some more people, I think I'm waiting for Daria to log in because I really don't want her to miss this, because she is going to be taking my level 2 class too. So this is all this is just the basic. This is just how to fill out the chart. I'm not going to get a lot of interpretation. We'd be here all night. We might be here for the full hour just doing the chart because it is a big chart. It shouldn't take too long. It's the bottom section that takes a while. Ah, she made it. Hey, man, Daria made it. So that's okay. So, Daria, were you able to print those sheets that Stacy sent you? Because that's gonna be, you can. So this is being recorded, Daria. So you can go back on YouTube and watch it again. Stacy, I'm sure, sent you the sheets. So we're gonna talk. Before we get started, I do have to mention a couple of things. Hey, Mark. So I want to mention a few things. One, I'm going to be posting this weekend. I'm going to be doing 10 30-minute sessions for $50 a session. They will be posted this weekend. You'll have to call Stacy. You'll have to give a call or text Stacy your name at birth, your birth date, and the time you were born. And I know some of you have already done this, but again, the Lauslots did this with me, and so did a few others. They came to the party we had with Trenny. So I'm going to be offering you guys a 2026 forecast using tarot, numerology, astrology, human design, and tarot. So you'll get a little bit of a lot of different things talking about your new year. It's going to be a 30-minute session. It's going to be $50 for the 30 minutes, and you can, like I said, you can get a reading and told about this year, what it means for you in particular. And we'll talk about the highs and lows. And I'm going to be posting those really, really this weekend actually. And I'm gonna set a date that I'm going to do those 10. It'll be 5 hours. It'll be 10 30-minute sessions. They're all going to be on Google Meets. You're not coming to see me. It's going to be on Google Meets. And I'm going to go one right after the other. And I'm going to have all your information. We're going to go over everything. So I got that coming up. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you're listening anywhere near the Kansas City area, I will be up there doing a gallery where the Unity main campus is for Unity Church. I will be doing a gallery there with some other phenomenal mediums. We've already sold more than 50% of the tickets, and we still got some time to go, so we think we're going to sell out. So if you're in that area, please come up and join us. I just had another beautiful gallery with a family that was here right before this time. So I've been having a really good evening. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So, Daria, you can rewatch this on YouTube, and you'll be able to then try to fill it out. But this is pretty much how to fill out the chart. That's what I'm gonna go over tonight. And we can't forget, I got to mention it every time, the cruise. If you're not on it, you'll be missing out. Great people, me, Misty, Trenny, Jill, we're all going to be on the cruise. We're going to have classes. Hey, Mia. We're going to have some classes and we're going to have some events and some fun things going on the cruise. Come join us. You can also get private readings. So this is going to be a cruise out of New Orleans, April 19th to the 26th. You can go to my website, sid-patrick.com. Hey, Celeste. So now, let's go to full scene. We're getting ready. So we're getting ready to move to the table view. So guys, this is a numerology chart. Okay, and what you want to do first thing you want to do is come under the triangle and write numerically your birthday out. So my birthday is 7. Oh, wait, I'm doing that wrong. On the bottom line of the triangle, I'm already doing it wrong. You want to put 7/25. That's my month and my birthday, and my year is 1961. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to bring them each one down to one number. So that's 7 plus 7 plus 8 equals 22/4. So I'm a 22/4 in numerology. Can you see that? I'm not sure if I did it in ink, but I can't erase. So I'm going to move it up closer. So you write out your birth date and you add it across. You do not break 11s, 22s, 33s, or 44s. But you see, I got a 7 plus a 7 is 14 plus 8, because 1961 is an 8. If you take out the 9, you got a 6, a 1, and a 1 left. That leaves 8. So when you add that across, I'm a 22/4. Because I'm a 4, my anti-number, so how you do your anti-number, if y'all remember, we talked about this before. Your anti-number is 9 minus your life path. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So my anti-number is 5. And I put that right next to where the anti-number goes. And I'm going to show that to everybody on TikTok. You're going to probably see it in reverse. But if you see, I wrote my birth date, 7/25/1961. When I broke it down, it's 778, which is 22/4. And then I at the bottom, right below there, I took 9 minus 5 and created my anti-number. If you are a 9, then you use your birthday. So say I totaled a 9, I would use the 25th. So I would say 9 minus 7 is 2. You know, if you're a 9 and your birthday, the day of the number of your birth, like if I'm up to 25th, if you're the 15th, then you'd be a 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. If you're a 9 and your birthday totals a 9, like the 18th, then your 9 is your anti-number. 9 is, so you are your worst enemy if that's what that comes to with your anti-number. Then we're going to go over to the tic-tac-toe board. So it goes from bottom up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm going to show you on TikTok. I'm going to the TikTok. I'm going to the little tic-tac-toe board there and going from bottom up, from left to right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the middle, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what I'm going to do to fill that in is I'm going to put my birth date. So every day of my birth date, I'm going to put a slash in that box. So my first is my month is 7, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I put a slash in the bottom right corner because that's the 7th place. Okay. Then my next one is a 2, so I go up all back to the bottom left. 1, 2. So that's 2 each number, not 25, 2. Then there's a 5, that's in the center. So I put a slash in the center. Then I have a 1, that's the first. I have a 9, that's the top right. Then I have a 6, that's top center. Is a 6, and then I have another 1. So can y'all see that? Let me put it up closer for you. See, so that's my birth. I took each number in my birthday and I put it in the tic-tac-toe, being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that spells out my birthday. I'm going to do that over here so that they can see on TikTok. Y'all see every place there? I have one, have 2 by the 1, then 1 by the 2. For the one in the middle is a 5, then the 19 is the 1 in the bottom, the 1 on the other across from it. Then wherever you have tic-tac-toe in either marks or empty spaces, you draw a line. So I have 1 arrow, and I make an arrow with it. That's the only one. Some people have more than 1. Some people have 2. I only have 1. And if you see, see how I drew it, put it on TikTok, so y'all can see it on there. I hope y'all can see that. It's hard because TikTok doesn't let me put y'all on the big screen. It used to, but it cuts me out. So do you guys see it? You see how I had the tic-tac-toe here? Now, it could also be blanks. So if you have 3 blanks that make tic-tac-toe or 3 with slashes, that is your tic-tac-toe. All of that has meaning. All those places have some form of meaning to them, and we'll get to that when we get into interpretation. So we've already finished 1/3 of the top. Now here, the area with the 3 at the top where you put your name, there's 3 boxes going down, and then many boxes going across. That's where you write your name. You write your name that you're given at birth in the center one. So I am, watch me do it before you try it. I am S-I-D-N-E-Y. I skipped a space. My middle name is Louis, L-O-U-I-S. My last name is Patrick, P-A-T-R-I-C-K. If you have 2 middle names, you put both middle names. Whatever you would give, whatever's on your birth certificate. And I'm going to show it to everybody. So I'm putting up closer to the camera. You see my name, Sidney Louis Patrick. Now, we've done this before, folks. If y'all remember, we did it without the lines. So if you've been with me before doing TikTok, we've done it without the lines. Hey, Heather. So now what you're going to do is you put your vowels on the top and your consonants on the bottom. So for those of you who ever have issues with knowing what letter is what number, you can create one of these online. It's 1 through 9 across the top, and then do your alphabets. It should be three lines, because you have AJS's are 1s, BKs and T's are 2s. So, and you can also use your fingers. Every time you hit AJ or S, that's a 1. Then you start over. So A, B, C, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6, G is 7, H is 8, I is 9, then it's back to 1 because there's only 9 numbers. So J is 1, K, L, so forth. Okay? So, and then you can always create your little chart like this. That makes it very simple. You gotta do is put it online, and Google will pop it up for you, or you can just create 9 rows across, 3 rows down, and just write out your alphabet. All right, so I'm gonna do mine. You can do yours. S, remember AJ and S is 1, so 1 goes at the bottom. I is 9, goes at the top. D is 4, goes at the bottom. N is 5, goes at the bottom. E is 5, goes at the top. If you have a Y in your name like I do, the letter that follows it, the letter that's before it, determines what the Y is. If it's a vowel, it's a consonant. If it's a consonant, it becomes a vowel. So Betty, it would be B-E-T-T-Y. Y would be a vowel. It would go on top. But in my name, Sidney, S-I-D-N-E, E is a vowel, so Y is a consonant. And so Y is 7. So I put a 7 at the bottom instead of at the top. Now I'm doing Louis. L is 3. O is 6, right? Yeah, Fox is 6. That's how, it's Fox 6, not Fox 8. That's how I remember that. So O is 6. U is a tough one for me to remember. U is 3. I know I is 9. And those are all at the top for me, and S is 1. And then when I do my last name, P, Patrick, P is P no, that's F. Oh, P is 7. That's what I thought. P is 7, goes at the bottom. A is a 1, goes at the top. T is a 2, goes at the bottom. R is a 9, goes at the bottom. I is a 9, goes at the top. C is 3, goes at the bottom. K is 2, goes at the bottom. So I'm going to show you. This is how it should look when you do your name with your numbers that meet your letters. Top and bottom. And I'm going to tell you what all these different areas mean. I'm going to go over a key with you that gives you all what they basically mean. Okay? So now, once you do that, you want to add up the bottom. First, want to add at the top. So for me, I'm going to add in my first name, I have a 9 and a 3, which is a 12, 3. My bottom of my first name is 5 and 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. That's a 17, 8. And then at my middle name, I have 639, which is 18, which is an 18, 9. And at the bottom is hard 4. Hard 4, just an L and an S. And then in my last name, I have I have a 10, so that's a 10, 1. And then at the bottom, I have 9, and 9 is 18, 23, 5. And there's a reason I like to put both. If you notice, I put both. Even I'm only going to use the hard single numbers at the bottom. I do like to put both because when we get into deep interpretations, those can mean things. Some of those numbers have serious meanings. Okay, no, well, they just have meanings to them. So a Y can, Rain, is that a Y can be a vowel or a consonant. If it starts a name, it's a consonant. If it's in a name, it depends on the letter before it. If it's a vowel before it, it's a consonant. If it's a consonant before it, it's a vowel. Like the name Betty, it's a vowel. In my name, it's a consonant. And that's how you know whether to put the number on the top or the bottom. Then once you've got everything at the top figured out, you can go ahead and add it across. So I've got a 3, a 9, and a 1. So that is a 13, 4. So I'm a 4 in my circle. Then I'm going to add my bottom. I'm an 8, a 8, and a 4 is 12. 12 and 5. Right? 8 and 4 is 12. 12 and 5 is 17. So that's an 8 in the square. And then I'm a 3 in my triangle because 8 and 4 is 12. So my whole name equals a 3. I'm going to show it to you closer again so you can get a better look. There is my name, and then here is the bottom, 4, 8, 3. See how I did that? Because 4 and 8 is 12, and that equals 3. I'm going to show this to TikTok so they can see it. Guys, I hope you really can see it. If you can't, go look at it on YouTube. You can. This will be saved so you can see how it's done. But the chart is very big, and so it's hard to let you guys on TikTok see, but you can kind of listen to where it goes. Now remember, I'm going to take a little break here. Remember that before you get started on any of this, you need to get, and some of you have got these 2 books, because these are like your reference book. These are going to give you the meanings and kind of help you know where things are. So this is the Complete Book of Numerology by David Phillips. You can also find these books on my, not these books, you can find the names of them on my website. And then this one is Numerology, The Romance in Your Name by Juno Jordan. These are very old books. You can get these, just to make sure everybody sees, you can get these online for a very good price. I think I'll probably get both of them for under 20 now because they're very old books. It's the ones my master taught me with. She was wonderful. Okay, so now we've done most of the top. We're going to now get on to the rest of it. This is where it gets a little tricky. So, do you see this little number line right here? I'm going to hold it up. Okay? That little number line. So, if you're doing this on paper, write out a little number line right 1 through 9 and draw and put it across a line. Draw a line in number 1 through 9 because you're going to see how many of each of those numbers is in your name. Okay, so that's the next thing we're going to work on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go first. I'm with 1. I'm going to count all the ones in my name. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. I got 1, 2, go to top 3. I have 3 ones. And then I'm going to count the 2s. I have 1, 2, 2 2s. I have 2 2s. And now I'm going to count the 3s in my name. I have 1, 2, 3 3s. How many 4s? If you don't have any, write a 0. You can write 0 underneath that number if you don't have any. I'm going to count the 4s. I have 1. I have only 1 4. Now I'm going to count the 5s. 1. Oh, I got 2. I thought I had more than I have 2 5s. Okay. And now I'm going to count the 6s in my name. I think I only thought I had one. No, I thought I had a 6. Oh yeah, I do have the, oh, that's a 6. I have 1 6 and 7s. I have 2 7s. I don't think I have any 8s in my name. I think that's where my karma is. And that's really weird when I tell you what that means. But anyway, I have a 0 under my 8s. And I do have some nons. Nons are I's, R's. I's, R's, I's and R's. That's something that's 9. So I have a few of those in my name. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 9s. Okay. So once you do that piece, we're going to go. I'm going to pull out some sheets here because I do have to cheat a little bit for this, and because I don't always remember this off the top of my head, but it's on the back over here. Because so to get so if you see below here, it says physical, mental, emotional, and intuitive. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick certain numbers and you're going to add them up and put them in. Oop, I can't see it. You have mental, physical, emotional, and intuitive. Those are different. Those are the planes of expression. So what I'm going to do for physical, I'm going to add the numbers 4s and 5s together. So I have 1 4 and 2 5, so that's a 3. So I put a 3 in the physical spot. Mental is going to be 1s and 8s. So I have 3 1s but no 8. So I have a 3 mental. And emotional. Emotional is 2s, 3s, and 6s. So I have 2 and I have 3, that's 5, and 6 I have 1. So 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 1 is a 6 under the emotional. That's really weird for me too. And intuitives are your 7s and 9s, and I have 2 7s and 4 9s, so that's a 6. So look how balanced, look how weird my chart is. That also says something. If you notice, I have 2 3s and 2 6s. Just saying. That does mean stuff. All right. So now, what we want to do is there's these words on the side. And these words, so write these words down, and I'm going to help you with that. Write down the words cornerstone, key, birthday, race consciousness, security point, eccentric angle, reality, and personal year. Now, we're not going to do race consciousness and personal year to the very end, but we're going to do the rest of it because there's 2 places you can see those numbers, and I'm going to tell you how to do them, then I'm going to show you where you can find them if you don't want to add them up in your head. So anyway, cornerstone. Your cornerstone is the numeric value of the first letter in your name. So mine is S. So my cornerstone is a 1. Okay. The key is the sum of all the numbers in your first name reduced to one digit. My first name has 8 and 3, so I have an 11 too. I cannot break that 11, so I have to write by the key 11 2. Hey, Kim. Yes, Tina, 28 is a 1, baby. And your birthday. My birthday is the 25th, so that is a 7, goes by the birthday. Security point, you're going to add all the planes of expression and bring it down to one number. So I have 2 3s and 2 6s. So that's 18. So my security point, go figure, is a 9. It calls me out, guys, really bad. My chart really tells a lot about me. I'm going to let y'all interpret me. The eccentric angle, you add the key in the birth date and bring it down to one digit. So mine is 7 and 11, which is 18. So it is a 9. I have another 9 over there. And your reality is your life path number. So mine is a 4 plus my character. Let me make sure I get the character right here. That's what I thought. So it is your life path number plus your triangle. So I'm a 22 4 plus I got a 3, so that's a 25. So I'm a 7 reality. And those are my numbers. So over here, I'm a 4, but the triangle, I'm an 8. Well, I'm a 22 4, so I can't break the 22. So it's 22 plus 3 is going to be 7. But if I added 3 and 4, it'd be 7 too. It doesn't matter, but they want you to get in the habit of not breaking those master numbers. Now we are going to do race consciousness and personality a little bit later. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you the hardest part of this. And I'm going to see if I can bring the camera down closer to the paper. Let me see here. Because this is hard to teach. This is the one that drives everybody crazy. But it's really not hard. So what you got to do first is take your number, your life path, and subtract it from 36. So I am a 36 minus 4 is 32. So then this is going to be 1 through 32, 33 to 42, 43 plus 9 is 52, and this is going to be 53 plus. This confuses a lot of people. So what I'm doing is I'm filling in around this tree here, then here, here, and here. And these are just different levels. So this points to this triangle, this points to that triangle, this points to that triangle, and this points to the point of that triangle. So 36, and that's because this is 4 cycles of 9 minus your life path number. This is your life path number over here. Some people call it destiny. In some of my work, I have it as destiny. Some work, I have it as life path. Different books call it different things. And that's so they don't plagiarize. So again, this is a 22-4. So it's 4 minus 32. Wait, minus 36 is 32. So my first set of numbers is going to be age 1 through age 32. My second set of numbers here is going to be age 33 to age 42, because 33 plus 9 is 42. Then the triangle up here is going to be age 43 plus 9, age 52. Then at the top, it's 53 years old plus. Everybody's going to have different numbers. It depends on what your life path is. If you're 4 like I am, yours is going to be just like mine. Okay, that's the first part of the triangle. And I'm going to show this to TikTok. They probably won't get, you'll probably go to YouTube to get that. But just so you can see it, there you go. I will go ahead and now, here comes the hardest part. So pay close attention. The arrows, the little arrows point to the numbers it's talking about. So this first little box on the bottom left, right here that you see the pencil pointing to, it's 7 and 7. 7 plus, and 25 is a 7, so it's 7 and 7. When you add 7 plus 7, that's 14. So the first number up here is a 5. Then over here, it points to the 7 and the 8, which is 15. This is a 6. See how this little arrow points right here, and this arrow points here? That's saying the middle number, and the end number is 6. Then I'm going to add these two numbers, 5 and 6, is 11, 2 for that top one. See, I'm a 5 here. These little arrow, this little arrow points to the 5. This little arrow points to the 6. That is an 11/2. I have students that have taken this class a dozen times. They can't get this. Now, what the big arrow points to, down here, it points to the two ends. It's the two end numbers. So 7 and 8 is 7 plus 8 is 15. So that's going to be a 6 for me. So that is my pyramid of positive numbers going up. Do y'all see that? I'm going to bring it up close. So what I did was I took and I added these two numbers and got a 5. Then I moved over and got this number and this number, which is 7 and 8. That's a 6. That's 5 and 6 is an 11, 2. Then I followed this down. This is this end and this is this end. 7 and 8 is 15, which is a 6. Okay. There you go. That is how you do your arrows going up. Now you have to do the reverse, going down. Instead of adding, we're going to subtract. 7 minus 7 is 0. 7 minus 8 is a 1, negative 1. You can just put a 1. You can put a negative 1, but just put a 1 because only it doesn't matter if it's negative, positive. 1 minus 0 is 1. And then 8 minus 7 is the two ends, is another 1. So going down, I have 0, 1. Let me make that 1 a little better so y'all can see that it's a 1. These all have meanings. So 7 minus 7 is 0. 7 minus 8 is 1. 0 minus 1 is 1. And then the two ends, 8 minus 7 is 1. So I got a bunch of 1s going down. And so now I have completed the top portion except for the race consciousness and the personal year of the chart. When you go to a fair, it's this top portion that they will usually read for you and talk to you about. So I'm going to show y'all some more. It's all the way, the whole top portion is now filled out. Now for the long, drawn out piece. So what I need to do now, well, first I think I'm going to do before I go to the bottom of the chart, because it is long, it is the longest. So these are your pentacles, is these positive numbers, and challenges is those bottom numbers. These are the arrows of individuality that you form in the tic-tac-toe, which I had that one that went that way. Okay, these are the planes of expression, and these build out your numbers. And then over here is your, this is your personality, how people see you. This is your heart's desire, your motivation in life. And this is your character when you're later in life, is your character. So, and then over here I have those meanings. Birth force, life path, or destiny is who you are at your core. Your heart's desire is how you feel inside. Who would a good mate make? Your personality is how others see you. Your character is who you become after age 45. Your cornerstone is how you put your feet into this world. The key is how you see yourself. Birthday is your character. Your birthday is your character as you see it. Security point is how you feel about yourself. Eccentric angle is your inner self and how much you share. Reality is your interpretation of yourself after age 45. And your race consciousness is what you seek. And your personal year is the year that you're in. We're going to talk about race consciousness and the personal year when we finish the chart, because you're going to be able to find them you can use the chart to get them. All right, let me grab a chart here, and I just got to cheat a little bit. Okay, that was the year 2023 that I did. Okay, so what you're going to do in this first block is you're going to write your birth year. So mine is 61. And then where it says age, I'm going to put I'm going to put a B. I'll put B's all the way down to the essence, because this is your birth year. And okay, I was born in 1961, so my universal year was an 8. And my personal year when I was born would be, let me figure that out real quick. Give me 1 second, make sure I'm doing it right. Right, so it's the month and day plus the universal year. So my month and day is 7 and 7, so that's a 5. 5, and I was born in an 8, and I was born in an 8 year. So that's 7 and 7. That's 5 and 5. Huh? No, that can't be right. Hold on. Yeah, universal year is an 8. No, that's right. 7 and 7 is 5, and 8 is 13. That's a 4. So my personal year was a 4 the year I was born. So I'm a 4. It was a 4-8. That's how that goes. Okay. Now, what you're going to do across the top line first is, I was born in 1961, so 62, 63, and you're going to go all the way out to 5 years past this year. So my chart's going to be long because my behind's old. So 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. I'm going to fill it out all the way through the end. 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08. Then all the way to 08 across the top. Then at the bottom, I don't do B's again at the bottom. That kid didn't have, nope, just go ahead across. 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I wrote an 8, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and we're in 26, and I'm going to go 5 years ahead. So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 32. So I'm going to carry it out 5 years because I want to do a 5-year forecast of where my future is going in numerology. So then you're going to go on the way it says age, and you're going to write under 62. In 62, I made 1. So we'll see you're 0 at birth. That's why you have the B. But you become 1. I became 1 in 1962. So the year after your birth, you become 1. So you put a 1 where it says age, and you write your age for each of those years all the way to the end. I told you it's going to take a while because I'm old. A lot of y'all are younger. You don't have as much to do as me. So that'll tell you how old you were in each year. You need these numbers for interpretation. So it must say at this age and this age you did this, or this happened, so. I need very sharp pencils. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 58, 60, 61, 62, 65 this year. So my chart is made out till I'm 71. Ooh, in 5 years, I'll be 71. Who knows? Anyway, so once you do the years and then the age that you were those years, here comes the fun part. So, whatever number you have by your name. So the first name is going to be that first row below the age. And so if you see, I'm an S. I'm going to put, and an S is a 1, so I'm going to put 1 S. I is 9. I'm going to make 9 I's all the way across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then my next letter is a D, so I'm going to put 4 D's because D is 4. And then the next one is N. N's are 5. I'm going to do 5 N's. E is next. There's 5 E's. I'm going to do 5 E's all the way across. I mean, just 5 E's, across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Y is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Y's. Now you can do this for your whole name and you're going to stop at your last number. Wherever you are when you get to your last year, which is 5 years ahead, that's where you're going to stop your letters. So once I finished my first name by 1992, so I'm going to start my name over again in 1993. So back again, 1 S, 9 I's. And 4 D's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 N's, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 5 E's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 7 Y's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 1 S, then 9 I's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 8. I'll carry the 1 over just so you can see that I put 9 I's. So when you look at this closely, notice that my name I have on year 1 I have the S, and then I start the I's in year 2, and I go across 9 years with that, and then I have 4 D's, 5 N's, 5 E's, y'all getting it? 5 7's, and you do this for all of your names. So you can do it for your first name, your middle name, your last name. The 2 minutes for your two middle names and your last name. And you're going to take that because those letters are going to mean things. And that's when level 2 numerology comes in, because we will be looking at what letters you have, and what they mean going down along with the numbers, because the letters mean things, the numbers mean things. And that's what level 2 is going to be mostly focused on. What are the meanings of the letters? And I can just tell you some of those right now. So like A's are for leadership, independence, initiative. If it's a cornerstone, it means you're ambitious. You're ambitious. You have ambition. B's are sensitivity, cooperation, and nurturing nature. C's are creative, expression. And these can be positive, negative. They give you the positive, but you can also be the opposite. K's are intuition. J's are determination. I's are compassion. So I mean, here's a list of what all the letters mean in cornerstones. But the 3 letters can mean stuff too. That's also some of the things we're going to cover. Example, I can give you some examples. So like an example would be, I've got that, it's over here. C's and U's, or if you have a C, a U, those are love affairs. Where else I have some over here? Certain numbers mean certain things. Like if you had like a 14-5 is overindulgence. There's a lot of stuff. We'll cover that later. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to do the years at the bottom. I'm not going to fill out the rest of my name. Y'all get the picture. You'll do it for all your names. I'm going to make sure we get through all the important stuff. So pentacles. Remember, these are the pentacles. So we're going to do the pentacles, which are these top numbers. Okay. So my first pentacle, 1 through 32, is a 5. So where it says pentacle at the bottom, I'm going to draw a little arrow like this, and I'm going to draw a little arrow at 32 when I'm 32 years old, because that's where it's going to stop. And then I'm going to draw a line all the way across. I'm going to still go further. And that pentacle was a 5. So I'm writing a 5 in the center just so I can see. So remember, 5, age 1 through 32. We took 36 minus my life at 4 was a 36 minus 4 is 32. So from age 1 to age 32, okay, I'm a 5. That's the first, see its points right there. That's the first pentacle. So age 1 to age 32, I'm a 5 pentacle. I'm a 5 pentacle. Okay. My second pentacle is a 6, and that's age 32. So I go draw the arrow from age 32, and then I go over to, 33, and I go over to 42, which is right here. And I draw another line, and that pentacle is a 6. And then my next one starts at age 43 to 52. And I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to come down here at the bottom where it's pentacles, and I'm going to do 52, which is right here. And that's where that stops. And that is an 11-2. Look, I put it in the wrong place. Put it in the universal year. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to go all the way over to age here. Bump. And I'm an 11-2, and I'm going to put up here an 11-2, so I know what I am. And then this last one, anything past here, this 11-2 is going to be a 6. So I'll just do that. So I know that I'm a 6 all the way to the end. So again, my first pentacle, let me put it down so you can see. My first pentacle was a 5, and that's from age 1 to 32. So born to 32 is a 5. It's at the bottom. That's your pentacle. Then for me, it's 33 to 42, 33 to 42, which is right here. I'm a 6. And then from 43 to 52, which is right here. I'm an 11, 2, and then from here on, I'm that 6, I'm that top pentacle. Okay. So y'all see that? How did that, where it says pentacle? That's how you did, that's how I did the pentacles. Now, what I'm going to do is personal year and universal year. Every personal year where I reach a 9, after that I'm going to draw a hard line because that's the end of a cycle. So watch how I'm doing that. So up here we see personal year. My personal year was a 4. Then the next one will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to draw a hard line right there for those 2 rows. Then I'm going to start again 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line for those 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did do 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come down here at the bottom. 7, 8, 9. Hard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hard line. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll finish it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My next hard line will be there. Okay, so you do that at the top. Then you put your hard line after the 9. See how I got it after the 9 hard line, after the 9 hard line, after the 9 hard line, after the 9 hard line. Got it? Now I'm going to do universal year. Mine at birth it was an 8. So my next number would be 9, and then 1, 2, 3, and you number it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, I'll give them, hold it still for you guys to see it. See how I started with the 4 and then went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hard line. Hard line goes on the 9s behind your personal year. And then it started with an 8 and then went 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, and continues all the way. And you just all the way to the end of how many ever years when you went 5 years, you can stop it there. You can just bring it out to the first, to the last 9, because I was in the middle of a 9 at the end of my 5 years, so I brought it out to the end. You'll see, brought it out to the end here, even though I stopped over here because I had a hard line here and I wanted to bring it to the next hard line. Just like I didn't leave off this I because it's non-I's. If I go to add to my chart, I don't want to forget to put the letter, so I put that there too. Are y'all still with me, folks? Let's talk a minute. Let's break the monotony. We're almost done the whole chart, and it's only been an hour, a little less than an hour. So that is really, really cool. For those that you have been able to stick it out with me, very glad y'all could do that. Again, you can go back and follow this on YouTube. Now, you need to finish your name. That after you finish your name, you're going to add down and get your essence. So you're going to add each letter up and get your essence. So you're going to add the first, so I would be S, L, and P, and that would be what my essence would be that year. And so that's going to fill in all that, and that will complete your chart. I am going to stop for a moment and just talk to you guys. Who's still with me? I see Tina's still with me. Anybody else? Is everybody still here? I think it goes to age 100. I see Tina's here. Is anybody else doing it? I'll lose y'all all. I don't have a count today, so I don't know how many people are in the room watching. But again, this will be on my YouTube channel. You can go back and watch it. For those of you who are on TikTok, hopefully still. I think I lost. Oh, I see somebody still on TikTok. Hey, Cindy. She said, yeah, me. So I'm glad somebody's still there, because I know, guys, I know this is a lot, but this is you're pretty much getting the class. The only thing that you're not, right? The only thing that you're not getting. Thank you for telling me you're still here. Y'all all still here, so that's good that some of you are still here. Do y'all have any questions? So I kind of went through some of the meanings. I went through some of placement. If y'all get this triangle right, that is the hardest part. Always remember the formula for the triangle is 9 minus your birth. Your whole birthday total. So my life path or my destiny or the birth force is 22.4. So 9 minus 4 was 32. So my first number is 1 through 32. Then my next one is 33 plus 9, because it's a cycle of 9. So it's 33 through 42. Then 43 through 52. Through 52. Then 53 plus at the top. So these are all going to get important later, and they have certain meanings. And so again, when we go through those, what's really odd that people born after the year 2000, the books are really you can get them on eBay sometimes for $2 or $3 because they're old. Okay, so you can try to find them. But what's cool is they go in with a lot of depth and meaning and show you, they really have. Which one is it? So I think it's this one. It really gets into the tic-tac-toe board, which is really cool. Like the tic-tac-toe board. I don't know if y'all can see all that. But that's the absence of numbers in certain planes. It tells you what the planes mean. It gets into, and I'm going to get into a lot of that in level 2, which I don't get into here, because the hardest part of numerology is creating the chart. Interpreting, you got your reference books right here. You can interpret a chart. You just got to go look it up. It's there. So, so we're in level 2. I'm going to really get into what do the planes mean? What does that mean about a person? What does mental, physical, intuitive planes? What does the tic-tac-toe board is your physical, your self, and then it's like mind, body, spirit. So spirit is at the top level. Mind it's mind. It's body, mind, spirit. Anyway, it's body, mind, and spirit. So each of those planes means something. When I get guys, I don't teach level 2 a lot, but when I get into that, I'm going to. But all of it's here in the books. When you read it, it really does break it down to you. It tells you what each number means. It even tells you on the slashes on the tic-tac-toe board. If you have so many slashes in each one, what does that mean? If you have no slashes, what does that mean? So it really breaks it down. So definitely get this. But you can give a very good reading just reading the top portion. When I go to a fair, I have a smaller version where I have I'll show it to you. It kind of looks like this. When I go to a fair, and I can put 3 on a page, front and 3 on the back, and that's just basically I can do everybody's numbers right there. And so that makes it real easy to read. And so when you go to a fair, you can do mini readings for people, and you can spend 10 minutes just reading that top portion, going into detail with all the things that you see there. But it's so much that unless you're doing it every day, I don't remember it. I got to go. I have little things that take me to. When you take my course, I send you all of this. So you get a copy of all of these little notes that I have and where how to add things, where things go. So when you take the course, you get a lot of this. Oh, you got one by Jennifer, $7 on Amazon. It was used. That's good. Yeah, I mean that's good. You can usually get both books for under $20. I mean it's that's a pretty good deal because I use these and mark them, and you don't try to read them. I got page marks on them. I don't read them. I read them, but I don't like read them like cover to cover. I look what I'm looking for and I pull it. And a lot of times I create a booklet. And I think I showed y'all that once before. I create a booklet that gives everybody they're pretty much all their numbers that are what I call non-movable numbers that don't move or change. I put those in all down for them in a little booklet that they can read, and then the interpretation part I do when I meet with them. And so I do a numerology read, and that's how I do it. Now, a lot of people use it for, which is really great. A lot of people use these books. When you take my class, I actually send you a book almost pre-made because I have a lot of the things already spelled out what they mean. So you just have to go through it because it all comes with the course. Now, I will be sending the two people that signed up for the course. So Daria, make sure you give your email. I'm sure she does have your email, Stacy. I'm going to send you all the materials for level 1 since you paid for it. And when you get your chart together, we'll meet online and I will go over with you. I'll answer any questions and I'll go over step by step. Anything that you didn't do right, I'll help you correct it. If you got it all right, great. But again, we'll go over interpretations, how to interpret basic terminology. I'll show you where things are in the book and I'll help you through that. Then when level 2 comes, you can just jump in level 2. There'll be no extra fee for you since you paid for level 1 and it was canceled because we only had 2 and I need at least 4 so y'all can work together. But I always say try working on your own name first. Once you get your name, and then when you start looking at the meanings and they start making sense to you, it helps you learn to interpret others. And again, this is not intuitive. People think they are numerals. It's not. This is Pythagorean's numerology. This is not intuitive. This is what the numbers mean, point blank. It's in black and white. This is left brain function. For those of you that have trouble connecting and you want to do something that really talks about what's coming up or what's happening, this is it. This is hands down. It's like astrology. It's hands down. I mean, it's going to mean what it means. There's not a lot of intuition that goes into it. So, I want you guys to learn this because, somebody's got to take over this when I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to say it that way. It's nice. Got to teach y'all. I had a mentor took me under her wing and really helped me learn it. And you'll get to see a picture of her. Oh, it's time for the TikTok thing here. Hold on, I got to put the puzzle piece in. Love it when I do that. Got it. Okay. So, I love numerology. I am gonna make a recording, a better recording of this when Magni's home, and I'm gonna be putting it online in different steps. And I will put all of level 1 online. Level 2 will eventually go online after I teach my people. I will then probably put level 2 online, and there'll be a cost for those. There will be a cost for those to take those. So again, this is just basically how to put the chart together. It's a pretty neat thing. Once you fill in all the names and the essences and all that, because then you got to add the letters down, and that's your essence. And so all that tells you kind of things that happened to you in your life in those years. Different things. Remember, and there's different age gaps. So you have different mentalities. So you got to think about that mentality while you do it. So if I like an example, let me give you an example. I think it's 18:9. No, that's big business. A 27-9. If somebody has a lot of 27-9s, in their reading, they have a lot of drama in their life. An 18-9 is big business, means they might have opened a business, but if that comes in a somebody when they're 3 years old, what I'm going to say is that might be their parents, or that's how income flowed into their home. That's how they were supported. That's how, so you see, you kind of watch, you have to also watch the age groups when you get those numbers coming down. So it's no, it's I could, it doesn't matter. No, I'd prefer it in like regular time, like I was born at 2:10 p.m. Because I need, yeah. So, but if you give me military time, I can pretty much figure it out. Because I'm a nurse, so I can figure those things out. So what I will be doing, and Stacy's going to be taking a lot of those hits, is that I am going to be doing 30-minute readings, all online, 100% online. It's gonna be all in one day, so you got to sign up that day and get a slot that's open. It's gonna be like maybe noon to 5 p.m. on like a weekend day, and I'm taking 10 people for $50, and I will be going over all of your stuff. The reason I need your time you're born is because I'm going over your astrologically what's going to happen to you this year, what's the astrology saying for you this year, different sections of the year. So I'll be mapping that out, as well as going over some of the things in your astrology, just like in human design. What is human design for you this year? Yeah, time is the astrology chart. Human design uses a little bit of all of it. And then I'll be doing your numerology. I'll be doing your, oh, I didn't teach you how to do race conscious and personal year. I'm sorry. So now what I'll do is, let's get that out of the way. I'm going to go look at this year is 2026. And in 2026, I'm in a personal year 6. So my personal year this year is a 6 because it's 2026. Race consciousness. Let me get this right, because this one gets screwy. You take, now, there are two schools of thought on this. I use what my master taught me. So what I do is I take this year, which is 2026, and last year, which is 2025. So that's 7 and 8 is 15. That's a 6. So if I came and get a reading this year, I'm coming for a 6, and that means I'm coming for family and to learn about bonding and who I consider who I'm going to be, is about closeness. So my race consciousness is a 6 this year, and my personal year is a 6 this year. Cool. That's deep. That means I've got a lot of family stuff happening this year. And I already know that because there are big changes coming in my life. So I already know that. I already see that starting to happen. I'm starting to define family and put them in perspective and doing the things I need to do to protect my family. So that's where I'm at this year. And so, again, everybody's different. And I did that, wait a minute, I think I did that wrong. Hold on. It's not the year, it's the age you are in those years. I'm sorry. It's the age you are, because everybody's not the same. Everybody would be a 6 if you did it that way. It's the age you were those years. So in 2025, I was 64. That's a 1 and a 2. So I'm here for us. I'm sorry. I said this is a year of creating for me. That's what that means. I'm here about learning what I'm going to create. That makes sense too, because I am creating. I'm back in school. I'm creating a new life. I made a lot of big changes, and I'm moving those. So yeah. So you don't do, if you ever, it's the age you are at those years that you add those up, because if not, everybody would be the same, because everybody's going to be at 25. Everybody's in the 2025 and 2026. That was my mistake. Sorry, I tell you, there's a lot of numbers here, and to remember where they all go and how they all do it. That's why I have a diagram that I help people with, and then so when you take the class, you get that. But again, I pretty much told you everything, so it's going to be on recording so you can listen. And so I went to 2026, and I went down to my personal year, and that's where it told me I was a 6. And I added my age this year and my age last year, made it down to one number, and that was a 3. And that's your race consciousness. Some people do the current year and the year ahead. I was trained by my master to do the current year and a year behind. That tells you why people are here to see you. So the book might be a little different on that one. But In saying that, talking of numerology, for those of you that love, like me, love numerology, it's very interesting. And what I like about it is the fact that it is a left brain activity. You like it's in black and white. As long as you follow the instructions correctly, you're going to be accurate. Even when it comes to predicting, the numbers blend and mean things. And so, let me put this one up. Put this back in the binder. So you get a copy of my binder, and you get a copy of a blank sets of these sheets so that you can practice and you can print more out. You also get a meaning and a key sheet, so it kind of helps you figure out what things mean when you go to do your interpretations. And then you have a lot of small sheets with other things that are on it. And you also get a copy of this, which, well, you can make these real easy on the computer, but that's for those people like me who are blind and can't see. And notice down here I got Magny's. I have Magny's language with the crazy letters that he has in his language. Because remember, some languages have different letters. You know, so you have to realize that too when you're doing numerology. And let's see if there's anything else. Diseases. So if you have a lot of ones, you suffer with your head and lungs. If you have a lot of twos, that is your brain, your breast, and your pancreas. Threes are throat, speech, and speech organs. Fours are skeletal frame, joints, bones, teeth, nails, and stomach. 5 is liver, gallbladder, left arm and hand, upper left side of the body. 6 is blood, skin, heart, and heart functions. 7 is spleen, back, spine, pelvis, hips, legs, and feet. 8 is lower abdominal area, bowel, colon, rectum. 9 are kidneys, bladder, gonads, reproductive organs, and chromosomes. Isn't that wild? So when you're looking at health, you can look at those things too. So when I'm getting later in the years of life, I'm gonna start watching number patterns. I'm telling you, the lady who taught me, like I told y'all, she was so good. She could tell women when they lost their virginity by looking at their chart. She was that good. She was amazing, and I miss her dearly. I do miss her dearly. So yes, that one was for the blind, Tina. So again, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. Only thing we didn't do was essence and finishing out the name, because we would be here for another long time. But basically what that is you're just gonna, ooh, my book just came open. I hate when that happens. What you're gonna basically do is just finish your name, your first, middle, and last, then you're gonna add the numbers to the letters down, like 3 or 4 letters. So if you're like, say you're an A1 and a I, 9, and a C3, 9, 1, and 3, that's going to be 13, which is a 4. So you'll be a 13-4 in the essence for that year. And each year has an essence. And because letters repeat, some of the years you're the same thing for more than 1 year. So you start looking at trends. And we're going to be, we'll be doing that. When you come to class, that's what we'll be doing, interpreting, looking at trends, looking at numbers. When I get with Daria, that's what I'm going to go over with her, because Susan's already taken the class. So she's going to watch the makeup here, and then she's going to go into the level 2 class. Level 2 should be sometime in February, March, depends on me and when I can get back and do it, because I have a lot of changes going on right now. So I'll keep you guys posted. So I hope that interests you. I know that I just shared basically how to create a chart. You can try to look on Google and see if you can find a numerology chart that you could print out. That would be helpful. I have mine made at the printer, and so I don't even know if Google I'm sure Google does have it, or Google can create it for you, or you can create it yourself. But it's a lot. It's a lot of numbers. Like I have tons of them, because I went and bought books of them because I taught it. And so when I used to teach it only in person, so I had to have enough to give to all the students. And so I went and made, I even had them bound. So just, I got so many of these sheets that it just takes and tears my little notebook up here. But like there is stuff like the karmas all have meanings. But if you to know your meanings, if you know basically what the numbers themselves mean, you can come very close in understanding what does it mean without looking, because the numbers are very, very straightforward. If you've ever listened to me, if y'all want me tonight, I will go over those before I go. The basic numbers and what they all mean. So if y'all want them, say so. I'll do that. I will go through all the numbers for example. Actually, I got them in my hand right here, like the written version, like my original written. I don't see nobody wanting them, so okay. So know that that is the main thing, to learn those basic numbers, because that will open your eyes up to a whole lot of stuff. I'm still trying to put this binder together. It fell apart, folks. Okay, well, all right. So, and with saying that, I am going to call it a night. I hope that you enjoyed this. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Now is the time. Tina's like, I'm as old as you. I know, girl. That's a lot. We use a lot of squares, my baby. We use a lot of those squares at the bottom. I really love this class because it is very left brain, and you don't have to think. You have to do your numbers, and like if you go on the interstate, once you learn your letters, you can watch people drive, and then you can read their license plate, and it tells you a lot about how they drive. It truly, truly does. My master used to do that. Maggie would bring it home, and she'd say, "Watch out, that car's going to cut in front of you." And he's like, "No, it's not." Sure enough, cut. He goes, "How you knew that?" Just look at his license plate. It's and she would say the number. That means that he was, it was crazy. Like you could, it really calls out people. But, whew. All right, folks. Well, I want to thank everybody. Oh, is there any questions over here? It's hard for me to see on TikTok. No, it was mostly just people wanting to pop up in as guest. A lot of that, but not any questions. Oh, so let's make sure if I answered everybody's questions. There was no questions really on TikTok, just people wanting to come in and join the live, which I would do on TikTok, but since I really couldn't share it with them, they couldn't see it as good as you guys. They're gonna have to go to my YouTube, my Tube of the U, to really see the class where you can see the sheets. So I will let you know next week. I will let you know next week if I was able to go online and print some of these things. The whole book just fell apart, guys. I'm sorry. Got to get it together because I've got to be putting together level 2. When you sign up, when you pay for level 1 and you get sent the packet of stuff, it really has everything in it. Like you could go and you got the book, you can pretty much figure out level 2 on your own, but it's a lot of work. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it easy for everybody and do the work for them and teach it. Like I said, level 2, we're going over a lot of the letters and what they mean in the combinations, and then how to interpret, more deeper interpretations. And we're going to bring in health and those other issues too. So you can look at health things. And we're going to start looking at teaching people how to look at the chart in cycles, versus rather than just looking at it, well, this means this means that, to look at it holistically. And that goes in there. All right, I feel better now. Anybody want me to do their numbers for them? Come on, if you're still with me. Here's your chance. Put up your birth date. If you don't know your number after that, here's a chance. Yes, I'm going to do a bedtime story tonight in a few minutes. So when I hang up, I'm going to go away and I'm going to come back and do a bedtime story. They're only 10 minutes because on when I do it on TikTok, I'm only doing I'm recording. They only let you record for 10 minutes. Hey, Mike. Okay, so Glenda, 5, 7, it's 5 and a 7. That's easy. And then 1965 is 10, and 11 is 21. So that's a 3. So 7 plus 5 plus 3 is 15. Glenda, you're a 6. A straight 6. Tina, you're a 3. Let's see, 3, 1. And then your last one is 10. Is the same year as me. So that's an 8. So your 4 and 8 is 12. So you're a 3, Tina. Sophia, you're 12 and 1. So 12, 10. So that's 4. And then 1971 is 10 and 8 is, and that's 9. So 9 and 4 is 13. So you're a 4. Sophia, I should have known that about you, girl, because you like me, you work way too much. So, in order to get spiritual numbers, you usually, other than 20, once you get past 22, one of your numbers usually has to be one of the spiritual numbers, like an 11 or a 22, to have that other, because it gets harder and harder to get a spiritual number because they're higher vibrations. So it's breaking them down, and that makes it that's tough. It's like I'm 7 and 7 is 14 and 8 is 22, so that's a 22-4. But when you get to 33, there's really no 30, big numbers in the, so you have to have like an 11 that you don't break. Because you're born in November. Suppose you're born in November 10th. So that's 11, 12. And then your last one turns out to be total an 11. Your whatever 19 or 20, whatever it like turns out to be an 11, then that would be a 33-6. So it just depends. One thing that's really cool, and I think I told y'all that, 10, that's 1. Debbie, let's see, that's 1, and 6 is 7. So that's a 7 plus 10 and 13 is 23. So that's 5. So you're 1. So you're 7 and 5 is 12. You're a 3, Debbie. And there's other cool things I'll show you in class, like how to do somebody really quick by crossing out all the things that total 9, whatever numbers left, that's what they are. That's real easy. But you have to have it written out. I don't try to teach that verbally. So let's see. If everybody has a pencil and paper, and you write down Debbie's birth date, 10/6/1958. I would scratch out the 9. I would scratch out the 8 and 1. That gives me a 5, a 6, and a 1, which is 12, which is 13. Wait, did I do that right? No, it's 12, which is a 3, not 13. So it's 5, 6, and 1. So that would be 12, which is a 3. Debbie's a 3. Is 3 good? All the numbers are good and bad. I mean, they got positives and negatives. Threes are your gift of gab. But threes also can be your people who are like exertive. They usually have outgoing personality, but sometimes they've got so much personality they don't have any brains. There's positives and negatives. Sometimes they have both, sometimes they don't. There's positive and negatives to every number. So Mike, you're 8 and 4, and then your 19 is 10. 10 and 9 is 19, which is a 1. So you're a 4, you're a 5. Constant movement, constant change. Oh yeah, no, Tina, you love to talk. That's a common trait of a 3. Threes have the gift of gab. They do. Or they're the opposite. That would be the -3. 6 is all about family, emotions, connections, relationships. 6 never like to be alone. They get lonely when they're alone. They get lonely real easy, so they like affection. They can be overbearing. That would be the negative side of a 6. They can be overbearing moms. you know. Okay, well, let me go get ready. Any nons in chat? Nons are humanitarians. Nons deal with endings. Sevens are your first of your spiritual numbers. Sevens like to be alone. They need their alone time. So that's really cool about sevens. All right, folks. I'm going to go do a costume change, and then I'm going to come back and so if y'all want to stay on, I'm just going to go change into my robe, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do bedtime stories with Sid. If y'all want to hang out and watch, please do so. Let's see here. You know what though? No, I have to turn off the system and turn it back on because I have to start a new recording. Because if I don't, there's a reason behind it. I can't mix these two recordings. So I'm going to sign out from TikTok. So goodbye to everybody at TikTok. And now, guys, I'll be back here in like 2 minutes. So, but I have to hang up and then get back on. So if you want to watch Bedtimes with Sid, that'll be on in just about 3 minutes. Give me time to go do a quick costume change. Good night.